The firelight is soft tonight. It's a warm, flickering glow that dances against the walls like tiny golden waves on a dark sea. It moves slowly, never in a hurry, casting shadows that sway as though breathing with you. If you close your eyes for a moment, you can almost feel the heat on your skin, a steady, comforting presence, neither too hot nor too dim. I invite you now to find your most comfortable position. You might be lying down, your head supported by a pillow, a blanket drawn lightly over your body. Or perhaps you are reclining in a chair, letting your arms rest easily by your sides. However you settle, allow your body to feel supported, safe, and at ease. There is no need to hold any tension here. Take a slow breath in, feeling your ribs expand just slightly. Let it flow out in a long, gentle stream. Imagine the breath carrying away any scattered thoughts from your day. Another slow breath in. And this time, as you release it, imagine the space around you softening the walls, the floor, even the air itself, all becoming calm, all becoming still. Tonight, we'll step into a time the modern world has long left behind, an era, often called the Dark Ages. It is a name that sounds mysterious, even a little ominous, but here, in this space, we will explore it as a place of quiet endurance, of deep connection to the land, and of lives lived close to the rhythms of nature. Historians use the term to describe the centuries after the fall of the Roman Empire. When roads grew over with weeds, great cities emptied, and smaller villages became the center of human life. This was a Europe still forming itself, a patchwork of kingdoms and tribes, each with its own ways of surviving in a world that could be both harsh and beautiful. This will not be a hurried journey. We are not here to rush through battles or leap. From date to date, this is a relaxing historical bedtime story, meant to let you drift deeper into rest even as you travel across centuries. You will hear the sounds of the past, feel the textures of the world beneath your fingertips, and walk alongside people who lived long before you. Before we step fully into that world, take another slow, deep breath. Hold it gently for just a moment, and exhale as though you are letting go of the weight of the present day. Feel your shoulders grow heavier, your jaw soften. The air around you is calm now, carrying only the faintest whisper of imagined wind. Breathe in again, more slowly this time. Let the air fill your chest. Pause. And then release it, sending away every thought that does not belong to this moment. Your mind can begin to open, like a door swinging out toward a quiet, moonlit path, a path that leads backward, away from cars and clocks, back into a different kind of life. Listen closely in your imagination for the sounds of that other world. There is the wind moving gently through tall, wild grass. The branches of old oaks and ash trees sway under a sky dotted with pale stars. Somewhere in the near distance, you can hear the low crackle of a hearth fire, its smoke curling up into the cool night air. There's the scent of wood smoke mixed with damp earth. The freshness of the countryside unspoiled by anything modern. It is the 6th century now. The last echoes of Rome's power have faded. Stone roads that once carried merchants and messengers are crumbling, claimed by roots and weeds. The empire's great baths and forums have emptied, their stones scavenged for new buildings or left to sink into the earth. In their place are small settlements, villages of timber and thatch, where the pace of life is measured not by coins or politics, but by the rising and setting of the sun. And in our story tonight, you are one of the people who live here. You were born in the Dark Ages. We will see your world through your own eyes, the dirt paths beneath your bare feet, the uneven stones at the village edge, the first cold breath of morning before the sun rises, the feel of a coarse wool tunic pulled over your head. Your life is woven from simple, repeated moments, tending to the animals, mending the roof, preparing the fields for the next season. There is work every day, but there is also stillness, moments by the fire, the soft rhythm of rain on the thatch, the voices of your family close by. Picture your home now. It is modest yet sturdy, a timber frame packed with wattle and daub. The walls rough to the touch but warm against the wind. The roof above you is thick with straw, bound so tightly it sheds the rain. Smoke from the hearth escapes through a simple hole above the fire pit, where it curls upward, carrying the smell of yesterday's meal inside. The light is dim, cast mostly by the flames at the center of the room. There is no glass in the small windows, just shutters to close at night. The air is cool, but not biting, warmed gently by the fire and the closeness of the walls. Step outside in your mind's eye. The village is small, perhaps no more than 20 homes clustered together, their walls leaning slightly inward as if they are huddling for warmth. The ground is packed dirt, smoothed by countless bare feet. In the moonlight, you can see the low fences marking the edges of gardens. Farther out, beyond the fields, the forest rises a dark wall of trunks and branches, alive with the unseen movements of night creatures. Somewhere, an owl calls from high in a tree. A dog stirs in the straw, lifts its head to listen, then settles again. There are no carts rattling past, no lanterns swinging in the street. There is only the stillness of the hour, broken now and then by the soft shifting of the wind. Life in the Dark Ages is both slow and demanding. Every person's day is shaped by the needs of the land, planting in spring, tending in summer, harvesting in autumn, surviving the deep winters. Yet, in the quiet hours like this, when the village sleeps and the night holds the world in its hands, there is peace. Breathe gently now, as though you are lying in your bed by the fire, a wool blanket pulled around your shoulders. Feel the solid earth beneath you through the wooden boards. Of the floor, your body is still, your mind is quiet. Outside, the air is cool and smells faintly of hay. Inside, the faint warmth of the fire cradles you. We are standing now at the very threshold of your life's story. In the coming moments, we will walk through the earliest days you remember in this world, the slow unfolding of your childhood, the sounds and scents that defined it, the first lessons you learned by watching the adults around you. But here, at the beginning, there is no need to rush forward. We can linger, feeling the stillness, letting the past open before us in its own time. Let your breathing match the rhythm of the night, slow, steady, unbroken. With every exhale, the present fades further. The images of the past grow sharper. The curve of the thatched roof, the silver of the moonlight, the whisper of the wind in the grass. The journey is about to begin. The air in the village is still, the kind of stillness that comes only in the quietest hours before dawn. There is no hum of engines, no electric lights, no hurried footsteps on a paved street. Only the deep, ancient hush of a world that rests when its people do. Somewhere, far beyond the fields, a stream murmurs in the dark, its waters running over smooth stones just as they have for centuries. You shift your blanket around your shoulders, the rough wool catching gently at your fingertips, its weight. It's familiar, a comfort against the cool air seeping in through the shuttered window. Your bed is simple, a wooden frame, a straw-stuffed mattress, the faint scent of hay rising with each movement. Beneath you, the boards creak softly when you turn, the wood worn smooth by years of use. Outside, the faintest line of silver touches the horizon. The sun is still far below it, but the promise of morning is there, a pale glow that will, in time, grow into gold. For now, the village sleeps on. The embers in the hearth pulse faintly, like a heartbeat, holding on to their last bit of warmth until someone wakes to coax them back into flame. You listen to the breathing of those around. You, slow, even untroubled. Your family sleeps close, as most do in these times. In the Dark Ages, space is precious and warmth is shared. The idea of separate rooms, separate beds for each person, belongs to another world entirely, one that will not come for many centuries. Here, the closeness is a shield against the cold and the unknown. The steady presence of others, a quiet reassurance in the night. in the distance. A rooster calls, its voice rough and certain. It is not yet the true morning, but the sound is a reminder that the day is coming. The village, too, will soon stir. You can imagine it. The scrape of wooden doors, the thud of buckets set down by the well, the soft calls of neighbors greeting one another. But that is still a little way off. You let your mind drift over the landscape beyond the village. The farmland that stretches in slow rolling waves, dotted here and there with clumps of trees. The soil is dark and rich where it has been worked. Lighter where the grass still holds. Beyond the fields lies the deep forest, old, untamed, and full of life. In these times, the forest is both friend and danger. It offers wood for fires, berries and mushrooms for the pot, game for the skilled hunter. But it also hides wolves, wild boar, and, in the minds of many, things far stranger and more dangerous. People of the Dark Ages live close to the land in every sense. The changing of the seasons is not a background detail. It is the framework of life. Spring brings the relief of thawing earth, the planting of seeds, the lambing of sheep. Summer demands long hours in the fields, the tending of crops, the storing of hay for winter. Autumn is the rush of harvest, the drying and salting of food, the gathering of firewood before the cold sets in. And winter. Winter is the test. In winter, the days are short and the nights long. Fires burn almost constantly, their smoke curling up into the rafters and slipping through the small opening in the roof. Food stores are rationed carefully. The hearth becomes the center of life, a place for cooking, mending, telling stories. And waiting for the world outside to thaw, you think now of the food that will fill your day. Bread baked from coarse ground grain, perhaps spread with a bit of fresh butter if the cows are giving well. A stew simmered with root vegetables, maybe a little meat if a hunt has been good. Honey, if it can be spared, is a treasured sweetness. Rare, golden, and precious. There is no sugar here, no refined treats. The sweetness of fruit in summer is a joy to be remembered through the colder months. The people around you live simply. But they are not without skill. Every household knows how to mend clothing, how to make tools last, how to build and repair with the materials the land offers. The clothes on your back were likely spun, woven, and sewn within a few miles of where you stand. The wooden spoon you eat with was carved by a neighbor. The roof above your head was raised with the help of many hands, in the tradition of shared labor that binds the village together. In the Dark Ages, community is not just important, it is survival itself. Illness, injury, or poor harvest can threaten a life, but the help of neighbors can see a family through. There are no distant cities to send aid, no fast transport to bring supplies. You have the people you live among, and they have you. Some knowledge from the old Roman world lingers still, bits of Latin spoken in church, the crumbling remains of stone bridges or walls that no one can quite rebuild in the same way. Travelers tell of distant monasteries where monks keep books and write by candlelight, preserving words and wisdom from centuries past. But for most, daily life is lived far from such things. The stories that matter here are those passed from parent to child, told by firelight while the wind moves outside. You picture such a moment, a winter night. The shutters closed against the snow, the air thick with the scent of wood smoke and wool. Children sit close to the hearth, eyes wide as an elder tells of battles fought long ago, of saints and spirits, of the deeds of ancestors whose names are still remembered. The words are slow, deliberate, the voice rising and falling in a rhythm that matches the crackle of the fire. Outside, the darkness presses in, but inside, the story holds it at bay. As you lie here now, hovering between wakefulness and rest, you can almost feel that same pull of the past, the comfort of being gathered together, the soft weight of history in the air. Your breathing has slowed, your body growing heavier with each moment. Another rooster calls. this one nearer. They. Horizon's silver line deepens into a pale gold, and the first threads of light touch the thatched roofs. A faint mist hangs over the fields, curling low along the ground. The village begins to wake. Someone stirs in the bed beside you, their movements small but enough to shift the warmth. A hand reaches out to push back the blanket. You hear the soft pad of bare feet on the boards, the quiet murmur of someone tending. The fire. A log is placed carefully on the embers, and the flames stir, sending a faint, welcome heat into the room. You breathe in the scent of fresh smoke, sharper now, mixing with the earthy smell of the floor. A clay pot is set near the fire, and the sound of water being poured carries through the still air. Soon, the smell of porridge will join it, warm and filling. The day ahead will be busy, as every day is. But here, in these first moments of waking, there's no rush. The world outside is only beginning to stir. The sounds of life returning one by one, a door opening, a cough, the quiet murmur of voices. You stay still a little longer, letting the warmth of your blanket and the rhythm of these sounds anchor you in this moment. In this world, there are no clocks to dictate the exact time. The sun and the seasons set the rhythm, and you live within it, moving as the light moves, resting when the dark comes. This pace is not without hardship, but it is steady, predictable, and deeply rooted in the land itself as you breathe slowly. Now, imagine yourself rising with the others, stepping out into the morning air, cool and damp against your skin. The sky is pale, the sun just a suggestion on the edge of the world. You hear the first clear bird calls of the day, the flapping of wings as doves and sparrows leave their perches. Somewhere, a cart creaks into motion, pulled by a pair of oxen. A child laughs, running toward the well with a wooden bucket in hand. A dog trots after them, its tail waving like a banner. The village is waking fully now, ready to face whatever this day in the dark ages may bring. And you, born into this time, into this small, enduring place, step forward into your life, carrying with you the quiet strength that has always been the heart of it. The year is somewhere in the early 6th century. The great Roman Empire has fallen, and what lies before you is not the world of marble streets, heated baths, and vast armies that history books often dwell upon. This is a quieter, rougher, and more intimate time, a world now known to us as the Dark Ages. And yet, for those living in it, there is no darkness in the air. Only the rhythm of life as it has become, the steady heartbeat of villages, the call of distant church bells, and the whisper of the wind over wooden rooftops. You begin at the edge of a small settlement, standing where the dirt road winds in from the hills. The morning is misty, the air cool against your cheeks. A thin fog clings low to the ground, curling around the worn leather boots of travelers who shuffle past. You can smell wood smoke, rich and earthy, rising from the hearths of homes. Ahead, somewhere to your left, a rooster crows, its call stretching lazily across the valley as if greeting the sun. The village before you is not large, perhaps 40 or 50 homes in all. Each is built from timber and wattle, walls filled with a mixture of clay and straw. The thatched roofs are thick and uneven, but they shed the rain well enough. Some have tiny gardens out front, the soil dark and damp from the morning dew, where turnips and herbs grow in neat little rows. Others have wooden pens holding a few chickens or a pair of goats. The air hums softly with the low sounds of life beginning its day. A door creaking open, a dog's muffled bark, the gentle chatter of women drawing water from the communal quill. Well, the road beneath your feet is not paved but well trodden, the earth firm and rutted from the passage of carts. If you kneel and touch it, you'd feel the cool grit of soil and a scattering of straw from passing loads of hay. To the east, fields stretch toward the tree line, neat strips of land worked by families for generations. In one field, a man. In a rough wool tunic, bends low, swinging his scythe through the golden stalks of barley. The sound is a steady swish, 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 like the rhythm of a lullaby. As you wander into the village, you notice the heart of it is the open space where the main road widens. Here stands a market, not bustling as in later centuries, but alive in its own gentle way. A few traders have laid out blankets with goods, baskets woven from willow, earthenware pots, rough-spun wool cloaks, and cured strips of meat. The smells mingle sweet honey from a jar, sharp tang of vinegar from a clay jug, the faint metallic scent of iron tools set neatly in a row. A child sits cross-legged, watching a blacksmith hammer a small knife blade on his anvil. Each strike rings softly in the air, echoing off the wooden walls. From here, your senses draw you toward a more personal moment. You turn your gaze slightly and see him, a young scribe named Alaric. His hair is the dark brown of damp earth, falling loosely to his shoulders. His hands, though smudged with ink, are gentle and deliberate as he rolls up a length of parchment. The monastery just beyond the village walls is where he spends most of his days, copying sacred texts by the light of beeswax candles. But this morning he is here, walking slowly through the market, carrying a bundle of scrolls tied neatly with twine. You follow at a respectful distance. Alaric walks without hurry, pausing to exchange quiet words with a weaver about an order of cloth for the monastery's robes. He passes a woman selling small rounds of cheese, and the scent is creamy, faintly sharp, drifting toward you as he leans in to greet her. His life is one of words and quiet labor, yet he is part of this place, the rhythm of its seasons, the slow turning of its days. The sun climbs higher, and with it the mist begins to thin. You can see more clearly now the hills beyond the village, rolling gently into the distance, the narrow stream glinting in the light, the smoke rising from chimneys in soft blue threads. Somewhere in the far distance, a church bell tolls. Its sound is deep, resonant, and carries a note of both solemnity and comfort. For many here, it is the sound that orders their lives, the call to prayer, to meals. To rest, a flock of birds lift suddenly from the rooftops, wings beating in. A soft rush of air. You pause, watching them wheel overhead before settling again on the field beyond the palisade fence. Everywhere you look, there is movement, not hurried, but deliberate. A woman kneeling in her garden, planting onions one by one. A young boy chasing a goose down the road, laughing despite the chill. An old man mending a fishing net, his fingers working with the slowness of age, but the certainty of long practice. The breeze shifts, bringing with it the faint scent of the sea, though it lies many miles away. Some of the traders here have journeyed from coastal towns, carrying salt fish and shells polished smooth by the tide. Their voices carry tales of other places, rocky harbors, wind-swept cliffs, markets larger than this entire village. For a moment, you imagine following them, walking beyond the horizon, seeing what lies in those distant lands. But your path today is here, in this moment, in this quiet meeting of lives. Alaric glances over his shoulder as if sensing your presence, and gives the faintest of smiles before turning toward the road that leads to the monastery. You follow, feeling the earth firm beneath your steps, the air warmer now as the sun climbs. Past the last cluster of homes, the road narrows. On either side, hedgerows grow thick and tangled, their branches alive with small birds. Every so often you hear the flutter of wings as one darts out across your path. The land rises gently toward the monastery wall's tall, weathered stone that catches the sunlight in a soft golden hue. At the gate, a monk in a plain robe greets Alaric with a nod, then turns his gaze briefly toward you. His eyes are calm, unreadable, yet not unkind. Inside, the world feels even quieter. The courtyard is lined with herb gardens, mint, sage. Rosemary, their fragrance carried on the still air. In the center stands a stone fountain, its water trickling with a sound that seems to echo in your mind, slow and steady. Somewhere beyond, in the scriptorium, you can hear the scratch of quills on parchment, the faint shuffle of sandals on stone. This is the heart of learning in the Dark Ages, small, fragile, and yet immeasurably important. Here, words are preserved. When so much of the world is in flux. Here, men like Alaric spend hours each day bending over pages, bringing light to parchment with careful strokes of ink. You take a breath, letting the air fill your lungs, carrying the scents of herbs, old, wood, and ink. The sounds of the village still hum faintly in the distance, but here there is a different rhythm, a deeper stillness. It is the sound of time itself, unhurried, eternal dot, and as you stand in this moment, the centuries between your world and theirs begin to dissolve. You are simply here, in the early 6th century, in a small corner of the Dark Ages, where life unfolds as it always has, quietly, deliberately, and without haste. The great wooden gate closes softly behind you, muting the faint hum of the village beyond. Inside, the monastery feels like a world apart, quieter, slower, and wrapped in an almost tangible peace. The air here carries the faint scent of beeswax and parchment mingled with the earthy aroma of damp stone. You can hear the distant coo of pigeons nesting along the eaves, the rhythmic creak of a well's pulley, and somewhere far off, the murmured chant of monks at prayer. You pause for a moment, letting your eyes adjust to the softer light inside these high walls. The sun filters through narrow, arched openings, falling in golden slants upon the cobbled path. Moss creeps between the stones, its emerald green glowing faintly in the dappled light. The buildings around you rise in solemn lines of pale sandstone, weathered smooth by centuries of rain and wind. Their roofs are steep and shingled, designed to shed snow in the hard winters, and every window is small, like a careful slit against the cold. From your listener's perspective, the scene unfolds like a slow painting. Every detail is meant to be savored. The dust motes drifting in the light, the way the breeze makes a wooden sign swing ever so gently, the faint ring of iron from the smithy tucked away in a corner. You feel as if you could spend hours here, simply watching the life of the monastery pass at its own pace. From the character's perspective, the story takes on a different intimacy. A young novice, no more than 19, moves with quiet purpose across the courtyard. His name is Brother Eden. He carries a bundle of fresh rushes to lay on the floors of the scriptorium, his sandals making soft slaps against the worn stone path. His brown wool robe sways slightly as he walks, the rope belt at his waist frayed from years of tying and untying. His hands, though rough from farm work before he took his vows, are careful and deliberate now, each step measured, each movement a prayer in itself. Aiden glances toward you just briefly, just enough to acknowledge a presence, but does not break his stride. In this place, silence is valued more than speech. The monastery's rhythm is not one of conversation, but of bells and footsteps, pages turning and quills scratching as you follow Aiden deeper into the grounds. You pass a small garden tucked against the south wall. Even in the chill of early spring, green shoots push up through the dark soil, herbs for healing, roots for tinctures, and hardy greens for the monks' simple meals. A cloaked figure kneels at one of the beds, gently turning the soil with a wooden-handled spade. The faint scent of rosemary drifts toward you, mingling with the smell of fresh-turned earth. A few bees hover near the first blossoms, their gentle hum blending into the monastery's quiet music. Beyond the garden lies the heart of the monastery's spiritual life, the chapel. Its tall, pointed doorway stands open, letting the cool dimness spill into the courtyard. You step inside, and at once the sounds shift. The muffled world outside gives way to a soft echo, the way voices and footsteps carry against high stone walls. Shafts of light pour through colored glass, painting the floor with deep blues, golds, and reds. The scent here is different frankincense, an old wood polish with a faint trace of candle smoke lingering from the morning's prayers. Aidan pauses at the threshold, bowing his head before entering. You watch him slip inside with quiet reverence, blending into the shadows near the back. The chant you heard earlier rises again, slow and steady. The monks' voices move like a tide flow, resonant and measured, each note lingering in the air just long enough to melt into the next. It is not music meant for performance, but for devotion. And its unhurried cadence seems to slow your own heartbeat. In this place, time feels different. You realize that here. The hours are not measured by the rush of daily obligations, but by the steady toll of the monastery's bells. The first bell calls for prayer at dawn, when the frost still clings to the grass. Another signals the mid-morning work period, when fields are tended, meals prepared, and texts copied by candlelight. Yet another marks the midday meals, simple bread, soup, and sometimes cheese. By evening, the pace slows even more. The last prayers murmured as the sky fades to indigo. From the listener's point of view, you are free to wander these grounds without responsibility, to linger in the cloisters where carved stone arches frame the sky, or to walk the quiet path around the outer wall. Each turn reveals another detail: a wooden bucket resting beside the well, its rope damp from recent use, a pair of doves roosting in the shadow of a buttress, a stack of firewood neatly arranged beside the kitchen door. The simplicity of these objects, their quiet usefulness, speaks more deeply than grandeur ever could. From Brother Iadon's point of view, these same sights carry stories. The firewood stacked so neatly reminds him of the winter just past, when ice formed thick on the inside of the windows. And keeping the fires tended was as urgent as the prayers themselves. The garden, though modest now, will soon burst into full summer growth, and he will spend long hours there, cutting herbs and drying them for the apothecary. The scriptorium, his favorite place, waits with parchment stretched taut, ink ready in its clay pots, and quills trimmed sharp. There, the work is endless yet peaceful, each letter drawn with patient care. You find yourself drawn toward the scriptorium next. The door is heavy, its hinges squeaking slightly as you push it open. Inside, the air smells of vellum and lamp oil. Long wooden tables are arranged beneath high windows, and along them sit several monks bent over their work. Their faces are their eyes focused on the pages before them. Some are copying holy texts, others illuminating the margins with delicate gold leaf and tiny painted scenes. The only sounds are the faint scratch of quills and the occasional quiet rustle as a page is turned. Aidan sets his bundle of rushes near the door, then begins to replace the old, flattened ones on the floor. His movements are slow and methodical, each rustle of the rushes blending with the other sounds in the room. He glances now and then at the work being done, his eyes lingering on the bright red and blue pigments that bring life to the intricate designs. In time, perhaps, he will be permitted to take up a quill himself. For now, his work is to serve silently, steadily, and without complaint. The afternoon light shifts slowly as you move through these spaces. Outside, the air has warmed just enough to bring the faint scent of blooming hawthorn from beyond the wall. A bell tolls in the distance, deep and resonant, its sound rolling over the fields and echoing against the hills. Monks begin to emerge from their tasks, filing quietly toward the chapel for the next hour of prayer. The courtyard empties until only the wind stirs the leaves in the garden, and somewhere high above, a solitary crow calls before winging away. For a moment, you stand alone, feeling the hush settle over everything. This is not an empty silence, but one full of presence, kind that invites you to slow your own thoughts, to breathe more deeply, to simply exist without hurry. The monastery has a way of drawing you into its rhythm, a rhythm older than any single life, shaped by generations of devotion and labor. From here, your journey could take you to the fields beyond the walls, where lay brothers work in the soft evening light, or to the small library where ancient manuscripts rest beneath careful lock and key. But for now, you remain still, letting the moment linger, watching the patterns of light shift across the stones as the sun edges lower in the sky. The monastery gates swing open with a slow, creaking groan, their iron hinges echoing softly in the still afternoon air. You step outside, leaving behind the cool shadows of stone walls and vaulted ceilings for the wide, open world beyond. The sunlight feels warm against your skin, gentle as a whisper, and the air smells faintly of wildflowers and damp earth, carried on a breeze that stirs the leaves of ancient oaks lining the path. Underfoot, the dirt road is soft but firm, packed, smooth by the passage of many feet over many seasons. Each step you take presses into the earth, releasing the faint scent of pine needles and fresh grass. The horizon stretches wide, a tapestry of rolling hills, distant forests, and scattered cottages with thatched roofs, their chimneys lazily releasing thin trails of smoke toward the pale blue sky. From your point of view, the world feels expansive, and yet intimately familiar, as if you've stepped into a dream woven from stories of old, where every sound and scent invites you deeper into a peaceful past. The low murmur of a river nearby adds a soothing rhythm, mingling with the distant call of birds settling into their nests. Somewhere ahead, the faint clang of a blacksmith's hammer marks the steady beat of daily life. Beside you, Brother Aidan walks with calm assurance, his brown robe whispering softly against the path. He carries a small bundle of scrolls tied carefully with leather cords, their worn edges telling tales of wisdom gathered over years spent in study. His eyes, clear and steady, scan the surroundings with a quiet affection, recognizing each familiar tree and stone, each footprint in the dust. He gestures gently toward the path winding down to the village below, and you follow, your pace unhurried, matching the steady rhythm of his steps. The world seems to slow with you, each moment stretching gently like the lengthening shadows at your feet. As you approach the village, the gentle bustle of life begins to stir. The air grows richer, with the sense of baking bread and simmering herbs mingling with the earthy aroma of tilled fields and grazing livestock. You hear the soft cluck of hens and the distant lowing of cattle, their sounds blending into a comforting chorus of rural life. The houses, built of timber and wattle, cluster close together along narrow lanes, their walls softened by creeping ivy and flowering vines. Smoke curls upward from stone chimneys, carrying the warmth of hearth fires that chase away the cool evening air. Garden patches bloom with herbs and vegetables, bright green parsley, fragrant rosemary, and clusters of purple lavender waving gently in the breeze. From Aidan's perspective, this village is home, a living tapestry of relationships and rhythms as ancient as the stones beneath your feet. He points quietly to a woman hanging laundry on a wooden line, her hands steady as she shakes out a linen sheet, smoothing wrinkles with practiced care. Nearby, a group of children chase a wooden hoop, their laughter light and free, a fleeting melody carried on the wind. You notice a man bent over a wheelbarrow piled high with freshly harvested vegetables, nodding in greeting as Aidan passes by. The villagers know him, trust him, and their eyes reflect the steady comfort of a life shaped by seasons, faith, and shared stories. The path leads you onward to the village square, a modest clearing shaded by a great oak tree whose branches spread wide like protective arms. Here, a small market is coming to life, tables laden with baskets of apples, jars of honey, and freshly churned butter. The voices of traders rise in soft conversation, mingling with the gentle clatter of wooden carts and the occasional bleat of a tethered goat. You wander slowly among the stalls, the textures and colors inviting quiet observation. The golden honey glistens in glass jars, its sweetness a promise of summer's bounty. Woven baskets, sturdy and simple, showcase the skill of local artisans, while bundles of dried herbs hang like fragrant garlands overhead. Aiden stops beside a table where a woman arranges hand-stitched cloths in neat piles. Her eyes meet his with a warm smile, and you sense the unspoken bonds of community threading through this place. The soft murmur of her voice blends with the rustle of fabric, the creak of wooden wheels, and the occasional caw of a passing crow. As the afternoon light begins to wane, casting long, gentle shadows, you feel a deepening calm settle over you. The village, with its humble beauty and timeless rhythms, invites you to breathe slower, to listen more deeply, and to drift gently into the history that lives here. Brother Aiden turns toward the riverbank, where willows dip their branches into the water, tracing delicate patterns on the surface. The river flows steady and sure, reflecting the sky's soft hues of gold and pink as the sun begins its slow descent. You pause to watch a fisherman untangle nets beside a small boat. His hands patient and skilled. The quiet splash of water, the creak of oars, and the faint cry of distant seabirds compose a lullaby, soothing and serene. From your viewpoint, this moment feels suspended in time and invitation to rest, to let the steady pulse of life carry you gently forward. From Aiden's view, it is the close of a day filled with simple grace, the promise of evening prayers and quiet reflection. As twilight deepens, the stars begin to emerge, soft pinpricks of light in the vasening sky. The village lights flicker on warm glows from lanterns and fires, scattered like tiny beacons in the gathering dusk. You breathe in the cool night air, the sense of pine and earth, smoke and water blending into a calming perfume. With each breath, your body relaxes a little more, your mind drifting slowly toward rest. The monastery bell tolls in the distance, a deep, resonant sound that seems to echo in your chest. It calls the faithful to evening prayers, a rhythm as old as the stones beneath your feet. Brother Aiden offers a quiet smile, and together you begin the gentle walk back toward the monastery gates. The path is soft beneath your steps, the night wrapped around you like a velvet cloak. With each step, you feel more grounded, more at peace, ready to sink into the calm embrace of history and the rest that awaits. The evening deepens as you follow Brother Aiden beyond the village, the sounds of daily life growing softer behind you. The narrow path winds gently upward, flanked by tall grasses swaying like gentle waves in the cool night breeze. The scent of damp earth and wildflowers fills the air, a delicate perfume that soothes your senses and slows your breath as you walk. Your eyes adjust to the dimming light, taking in the silhouettes of ancient trees standing sentinel along the trail. Their gnarled branches twist upward, tracing intricate patterns against the deepening indigo sky. Somewhere nearby, the low hoot of an owl punctuates the stillness, quiet reminder of the natural world alive all around. Brother Aiden moves with quiet purpose, his footsteps soft on the mossy ground. He carries a small lantern now, its warm glow flickering gently, casting long shadows that dance alongside you. The light reveals delicate ferns and wild mushrooms nestled at the base of the trees, details that might have gone unnoticed in the bright day. As you breathe in the cool night air, the peacefulness of this place seeps into your very bones. The worries and noise of the present moment slip away, replaced by a profound connection to a time when life moved at a slower, more deliberate pace. From your perspective, the forest feels alive and welcoming, a quiet refuge that invites rest and reflection. The sounds of rustling leaves, distant water, and the soft crackle of the lantern's flame form a gentle symphony that lulls your mind toward calm. Brother Aiden pauses at a small clearing where the moonlight filters through. the branches bathing the ground in a silvery glow. Here, the air is cool and still, and the scent of pine mingles with the faint sweetness of blooming night flowers. He turns to you with a gentle smile, eyes reflecting the moon's pale light. "This place has stood for centuries," he says. Softly, a witness to countless seasons, 2 lives lived and stories told beneath the same stars that shine above us now. You feel the weight of those words, a bridge connecting past and present. The forest seems to breathe alongside you, a timeless guardian holding memories in its roots and leaves as the lantern's flame flickers low. You continue along the path, each step steady and unhurried. The way leads toward the river once more, where you hear the soft rush of water mingling with the distant call of night birds. Arriving at the riverbank, you see the water shimmering under the moon's glow, smooth and dark except for the occasional ripple where fish break the surface. The cool mist rising from the river wraps around you like a gentle veil. Carrying the earthy scent of wet stones and fresh water, you settle on a smooth rock at the water's edge, the cool surface grounding you as you listen to the river's endless song. Brother Adon sits beside you, unrolling one of his scrolls with care, revealing delicate script and drawings. He reads aloud in a voice low and soothing, telling tales of ancient travelers who once journeyed along this very river, bringing news, trade, and stories from distant lands. His words paint vivid pictures of a world connected by water, where life ebbed and flowed like the currents beneath your feet. From your viewpoint, the river is a lifeline, steady, constant, yet always changing. It reflects the moon and stars, mirroring the vast sky above and reminding you of the infinite stories carried on its waves. As the night deepens, the air grows cooler, and the gentle murmur of the river becomes a lullaby, inviting your mind to drift peacefully. Brother Idon's voice softens, his reading slowing to a near whisper, blending seamlessly with the sounds of water and night. You close your eyes briefly, breathing in the tranquility, feeling the steady pulse of history beneath your skin. The world around you fades gently, replaced by a serene stillness that carries you toward rest. As you open your eyes, the first soft rays of dawn begin to touch the horizon, painting the sky in gentle hues of pink and lavender. The cool river mist begins to lift, revealing more of the quiet landscape bathed in early morning light. You notice how the village is slowly stirring. Thin columns of smoke rise from stone chimneys, promising warmth and life. You rise from the riverbank with Brother Idon, feeling the cool grass beneath your feet. The scent of damp earth mingles with fresh pine and wildflowers, a fragrant reminder of the natural world alive all around you. The stillness is broken only by the distant crow of a rooster and the gentle chatter of birds greeting the new day. From your viewpoint, you begin to walk toward the heart of the village. Small cottages with thatched roofs stand nestled among flowering gardens. The air carries a hint of wood smoke and baking bread, scents that mingle with the crisp morning air. Children's laughter drifts from a nearby yard as you pass, the sound light and carefree. Brother Adon pauses beside a garden patch where vibrant herbs and vegetables grow in neat rows. "This is where we gather what the earth provides," he explains softly. "Each plant, each leaf has a purpose, whether for food, healing, or ritual." You kneel to touch the cool soil, feeling the richness of the earth between your fingers. The peaceful rhythm of tending to the garden brings a quiet sense of purpose, a reminder of how deeply connected life is to the cycles of nature. Continuing through the village, you hear the steady rhythm of a blacksmith's hammer striking anvil. Steel. The forge's warm glow spills onto the road, casting flickering shadows. You approach the workshop, greeted by the sight of the smith at work, strong arms moving with practiced grace, sparks flying as metal meets metal from your perspective. The blacksmith's work is both art and necessity, vital part of daily life in the village. Tools, horseshoes, and simple weapons are shaped here, crafted with care to serve many hands and many tasks. Leaving the forge behind, you follow a winding path to the village market. Stalls are laden with fresh produce, woven baskets, and handmade goods. The scent of baked bread mingles with fragrant herbs and the tangs of fresh leather. Villagers greet each other with quiet smiles and soft voices. Trading stories as much as goods, you move slowly among the stalls, absorbing the rich tapestry of colors and textures. Brightly dyed cloth flutters gently in the breeze. Jars of honey glisten in the morning light. And freshly harvested fruits offer a feast for the eyes. A soft murmur of conversation surrounds you, punctuated by the occasional laugh or the clink of coins. The market is alive with a gentle hum of community, a place of connection, exchange, and shared lives. As you pause near a stall selling hand-carved wooden toys, a small child offers you a shy smile before turning back to her mother. The simplicity of the moment, the warmth of human connection, settles over you like a comforting blanket. Brother Adon's voice resumes, calm and steady. Each day here unfolds slowly, guided by the sun and the seasons. Life is shaped by the land, by family, and by the steady rhythms of work and rest. You breathe deeply, the peaceful atmosphere sinking deeper into your mind. The gentle sounds of the village, the soft murmur of voices, the rustle of fabric, the distant call of birds become a soothing backdrop. The morning unfolds. You find yourself drawn toward the chapel at the village's center. Its simple stone walls are worn smooth by time, and a bell tolls softly, calling the faithful to prayer. Inside, sunlight filters through narrow windows, casting muted patterns on the wooden pews. The scent of burning incense mingles with aged wood and cool stone, creating a sacred stillness. From your perspective, the chapel offers a place of quiet reflection, a moment to pause amid the busy rhythm of village life. The soft chanting of voices rises and falls like a gentle tide, weaving a tapestry of peace and reverence. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the calm wash over you. The past and present blend seamlessly, hear the hopes, fears, and prayers of countless souls mingling in this tranquil space. As you step back outside, the sun climbs higher, warming your skin and brightening the world around you. The village hums softly with life, steady and enduring, a timeless heartbeat in the flow of history. Those who came before, you close your eyes, the cool evening air wrapping around you like a comforting shawl. The peaceful landscape, the gentle rhythms of the village, and the soft murmur of history lull you toward rest. Leaving the chapel behind, you wander toward the outskirts of the village, where the landscape begins to open up. Rolling fields stretch gently toward the horizon, dotted with grazing sheep and wildflowers swaying softly in the breeze. The golden light of late morning casts a warm glow, bathing the countryside in peaceful hues of amber and green. You walk slowly along a narrow dirt track lined by ancient hedgerows, their tangled branches home to birdsong and the occasional rustle of small creatures. The sweet scent of clover and freshly turned earth drifts to you, grounding your senses in the living landscape. From your viewpoint, this stretch of land is both wild and cultivated, a delicate balance between human hands and nature's quiet resilience. The steady rhythm of seasonal planting and harvest shapes life here, weaving people and place into a seamless whole. Ahead, you notice a group of villagers tending to the fields, their movements unhurried and purposeful. Women bend low to gather crops while men guide oxen pulling heavy plows, the earth rich and dark beneath their feet. The soft thud of hooves and the scrape of tools mingle with voices speaking in gentle tones. You join them for a moment, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back and the texture of soil slipping through your fingers. The simple act of working the land connects you to generations past. Two stories of survival, hope, and renewal. Brother Adon's voice breaks the quiet, calm, and steady. In these fields, life unfolds with patience and care. Each seed sown carries the promise of growth, each harvest a testament to endurance as you watch. A mother calls her children from a nearby grove, their laughter rising like birdsong as they run toward her. The scene is tender and timeless, a snapshot of every day. Life filled with love and resilience. Continuing your walk, the path leads you to a quiet brook where water trickles over smooth stones, sparkling in the sunlight. You pause to kneel at the edge, dipping your hands into the cool, clear stream. The water slips over your skin, refreshing and pure, carrying away the warmth of the day. Nearby, a pair of swallows dip and glide, their wings sketching delicate arcs in the sky. The gentle rush of water and the soft calls of birds form a soothing harmony, inviting you to breathe deeply and relax. Brother Aidan gestures toward the horizon where the land rises into gentle hills. Beyond these fields lie ancient forests and forgotten trails, places where the earth holds secrets whispered by time itself. The thought invites a quiet wonder, a sense of mystery beneath the familiar calm. You feel the pull of those hidden stories, the beckoning of history waiting to unfold. As the afternoon light softens, you make your way back toward the village. The peaceful landscape slowly giving way to familiar sights and sounds. The steady rhythm of daily life continues, smoke curling from chimneys, the soft clatter of wooden wheels on cobblestones, and the murmur of voices in quiet conversation. The day moves gently toward evening, and you find a quiet spot on a grassy knoll overlooking the village. The sky above shifts from gold to soft pinks and purples, stars beginning to twinkle faintly as dusk falls. You settle into the calm, the world around you slowing into a tranquil stillness. The memories of the day, the work in the fields, the chapel's quiet reverence, a flowing brook drift through your mind like a gentle breeze. Brother Iad's voice, now a soft murmur, reminds you of the enduring spirit of this place. Though times were hard, life here was woven with care, with moments of joy and quiet strength. And as night falls, the village rests beneath the same stars that watched over those who came before. You close your eyes, the cool evening air wrapping around you like a comforting shawl. The peaceful landscape, the gentle rhythms of the village, and the soft murmur of history lull you toward rest. As twilight deepens, you rise from the grassy knoll and begin a slow, leisurely walk back into the village, the last light of day slipping softly away. The sky fades from warm hues to a deep indigo, punctuated by countless shimmering stars. Calm hush settles over the village, as if the world itself is sighing into rest. Along the quiet streets, lanterns flicker gently, casting pools of golden light onto the cobblestones. The faint crackle of firewood burning in hearths invites a sense of warmth and security. You notice the soft murmur of voices, hushed and comforting, as families gather indoors. Sharing stories and quiet companionship, you stroll past small homes with shuttered windows. The gentle glow from within, promising safety and peace. A cool breeze carries the scent of pine and damp earth, mingling with the faint aroma of evening bread baking in hearth ovens. The familiar sounds and smells weave together into a soothing lullaby for your senses. As you continue, your path leads toward the village square, now peaceful and empty, except for a lone figure tending the flickering flames of a fire pit. Brother Aidan stands nearby, his silhouette outlined against the soft glow. He turns to you with a gentle smile. The village rests, and so too can your mind and body. Here, beneath these stars, the past and present meet in quiet harmony. You pause, feeling the weight of centuries resting softly upon your shoulders, stories of survival, hope, and resilience echoing through time. The struggles and simple joys of daily life, now quiet in the night, remind you of the enduring human spirit. Looking up, you trace the constellations that have guided travelers and dreamers for generations. The vast, unchanging sky offers a sense of calm and perspective, a reminder that beneath this endless canopy, you are part of a timeless story. Brother Aiden's voice lowers to a soothing murmur. As you drift toward sleep, carry with you the peace of this village, the rhythm of its days and nights, and the gentle pulse of history's heart. The fire's soft crackle blends with the whisper of the night breeze, wrapping around you like a gentle embrace. Your breath slows, each inhale and exhale becoming deeper, calmer. You feel the steady, grounding presence of the village settle within you. A quiet sanctuary from the worries of the waking world. The steady heartbeat of time pulses softly, guiding you into restful calm. With your eyes closed, you let the tranquility wash over you. The village's stories, the fields, the chapel, and the stars all blend into a peaceful tapestry, soothing your mind and spirit. The world fades gently. The night deepens, and you slip quietly into dreams, safe and at peace beneath the eternal sky. As the soft light of the afternoon bathes the city in a warm golden hue, you find yourself standing before the gates of the grand palace. Towering stone walls, aged by centuries of sun, rain, and wind, rise majestically before you, ivy and creeping. Vines weave delicate patterns along the weathered surfaces, softening the edges of the mighty fortress with the gentle touch of nature. The heavy wooden doors, adorned with intricate ironwork, groan softly as they swing open, inviting you to step inside and explore a world where power, history, and beauty have long intertwined. You cross the threshold and are immediately embraced by the cool, shadowed corridors of the palace. The air here is quieter, the usual bustle of the city replaced by a hush that speaks of solemn dignity and calm. Flickering torchlight lines the walls, casting dancing shadows on richly woven tapestries. Each tapestry tells a story, vibrant scenes of battle, grand celebrations, and moments of quiet, courtly life, all stitched in deep reds, blues, and golds that seem to shimmer softly in the dim light. The scent of polished wood mingles gently with the faint trace of incense carried here from distant temples and sanctuaries. It fills the air with a delicate sweetness that calms the mind and soothes the soul. As you move slowly through the halls, your footsteps muffled by thick rugs, you sense the weight of countless generations who have walked these same paths. Their hopes, fears, and dreams linger here, woven into the very fabric of the palace. Ahead, the corridor opens into a grand hall, where light filters softly through stained glass windows. The colored panes cast gentle mosaics of light onto the stone floor, a mosaic of blues, greens, and amber that shifts with the setting sun. You pause to admire the craftsmanship, marveling at how light and shadow play together to create a serene, almost sacred atmosphere. Stepping through a side door, you find yourself in the palace gardens, a lush oasis amid the stone and mortars of the fortress. Here, the air is fragrant with the scent of blooming roses, delicate lilies, and the subtle herbal notes of lavender and sage. The garden's paths wind slowly beneath ancient oaks and willows, whose leaves whisper softly in the afternoon breeze. A marble fountain bubbles quietly nearby, its gentle trickle adding a soothing soundtrack to the peaceful surroundings. You settle onto a smooth stone bench beneath a spreading oak tree, feeling the cool shade and the rough texture of bark behind you. The garden seems to breathe with a calm vitality, a place where rulers and courtiers once sought respite from the weight of their duties. You imagine the gentle footsteps of a noblewoman as she strolls these paths, the rustle of her silk gown mingling with the soft hum of bees and the distant song of a nightingale. Brother Iadon's voice, soft and steady, drifts beside you. This palace holds more than just walls and halls. It carries the memories of those who lived, loved, and led within these stones. The delicate balance of power and grace, duty and desire, all play out quietly beneath these roofs. Look around. The garden reveals hidden corners, a rose arbor draped with blooming vines, a small stone bench nestled beneath a canopy of jasmine, and a quiet pond reflecting the sky like a mirror. Each spot invites stillness and reflection, a chance to breathe deeply and absorb the tranquil beauty of the place. The sun continues its slow descent, casting long shadows that stretch across the gardens like soft fingers. You rise and begin to wander along the gravel paths, letting your fingers trail lightly along the petals of flowers and the cool surface of weathered stone. The atmosphere is gentle and unhurried, a quiet rhythm that encourages relaxation and peaceful thought. Nearby, you overhear the soft laughter of palace children playing hide-and-seek among the hedges. Their carefree joy is a delicate counterpoint to the solemnity of the palace, a reminder of life's simple pleasures amidst grandeur and responsibility. The distant clang of a blacksmith's hammer rings softly, a grounding sound that echoes the heartbeat of the city beyond the palace walls. As evening draws near, lanterns are lit along the garden paths, their flames flickering softly in glass. Lanterns hung from wrought iron hooks. The warm glow creates pools of light amidst the gathering shadows, guiding your steps gently back toward the palace gates. Before you leave the garden, you pause once more beneath the spreading oak, watching. The sky deepen to twilight blue. Stars begin to peek out, faint and steady, as the first crickets start their evening song. The world feels vast, yet intimate here, a quiet sanctuary where the past and present mingle peacefully. With a final deep breath, you step back through the palace gates, carrying the calm and grace of this ancient place with you as your journey continues. The palace, with its stories and stillness, remains behind, a timeless witness to the lives that shaped history's quiet moments. As you leave the serene palace gardens behind, the gentle sound of flowing water draws you onward. You find yourself wandering toward the quiet river that winds its way through the heart of the city like a shimmering silver thread. The air cools pleasantly as the sun sinks lower, brushing the sky with soft hues of pink and lavender. The faint scent of damp earth mingles with the fresh, crisp aroma of water and wildflowers that cling to the riverbank, their delicate petals nodding gently. In the evening breeze, you step onto a narrow, winding path lined with smooth stones and framed by tall grasses swaying softly. Each footfall is cushioned by the gravel beneath, making your steps light and almost silent. The rhythmic murmur of the river fills your ears, a steady, soothing sound that seems to pulse with the heartbeat of the city itself. Lanterns hang from wooden posts along the pathway, their flickering flames casting warm, golden pools of light onto the ground and shimmering reflections across the water's surface. The sky above deepens from soft twilight to a rich indigo, studded with the first faint glimmers of stars. Their gentle twinkle seems to invite you to slow your pace, to breathe deeply and sink further into this peaceful moment. The river's surface is alive with movement. Fish dart beneath the water, their scales catching stray beams of moonlight, while dragonflies flit lazily above the reeds, their iridescent wings catching the glow of the lanterns. You notice small boats bobbing quietly near the riverbank. Fishermen, their faces calm and patient, cast nets with practiced ease. Their movements are slow and deliberate, their hands steady even as the water shifts beneath them. The nets ripple gently as they are thrown, spreading wide like fine silk curtains before settling into the depths below. You can almost feel the cool spray as droplets catch the lantern light, sparkling briefly like scattered diamonds before disappearing. The occasional splash of a fish breaking the surface mingles with the soft creak of wooden oars dipping into the water. A heron, tall and regal, stands motionless near the reeds, watching intently for its next meal. The quiet chorus of nature, the rustle of leaves, the distant hoot of an owl, the gentle lapping of water against the stones weaves together, into a lullaby that soothes your senses. Along the bank, villagers gather in small clusters. Some sit on weathered logs or smooth river stones, their faces relaxed and content as they dip their toes into the cool water. Others share hushed conversations, their voices low and soft, as if not to disturb the fragile peace of the evening. Children, tired from the day's play, sit nestled against their parents. Eyes heavy with sleep, but still curious about the flickering fireflies that dance just beyond reach. You find a comfortable spot on a large, flat stone near the water's edge. Sitting down, you let your fingers trail lightly over the smooth surface, feeling the gentle warmth retained from the day's sun. The river's cool breath brushes against your skin, carrying away any lingering tension. You close your eyes briefly, allowing the symphony of soft sounds, the flowing water, the rustling leaves, the distant murmur of voices to fill your mind with calm. The moon now hangs low in the sky, its pale silver light spilling across the river and transforming the water into a path of shimmering light. The stars have multiplied, their soft gleam twinkling gently through the canopy of trees. Fireflies emerge in greater numbers, their tiny lights flickering like earthly stars, weaving slow patterns of glow that seem almost magical in the stillness. Brother Ayedin's voice, warm and soothing, returns gently beside you. Rivers have always been the lifeblood of cities, not just as a source of water and food, but as pathways for stories, for trade, and for quiet reflection. As you watch the rivers flow tonight, imagine the countless lives touched by its waters, fishermen casting nets in hopes of a good catch, children playing along the banks, lovers stealing moments beneath these very trees. You inhale deeply, the cool evening air filling your lungs with freshness and peace. As the night deepens, a gentle mist begins to rise from the water's surface, curling softly around the riverbanks like a silken veil. It blurs the edges of the world, softening the shapes of trees and boats until everything feels dreamlike, distant and calm. Along the far bank, a small group of villagers prepares a simple meal over an open fire. The orange glow flickers against their faces, warm and inviting. The aroma of roasting herbs and freshly baked bread drifts over the water, mingling with the scent of pine and damp earth. You imagine sitting with them, sharing stories and laughter as the night sky stretches endlessly above. In the quiet of this riverside scene, time seems to slow, folding gently over itself, like the current beneath you. Each moment lingers longer, inviting you to sink deeper into relaxation. You feel your heartbeat slow, your breathing lengthen. Sinking with the rhythm of the flowing river, you rise slowly, taking one last look at the moonlit water and the glowing fireflies before continuing your gentle journey. The path leads you onward, deeper into the quiet night, carrying with you the peace of the river, calm, steady, and enduring. Leaving the tranquil riverside behind, you step onto a narrow path winding gently into a quiet forest. The air is cool and still, carrying the delicate fragrance of pine needles mingled with the soft sweetness of blooming jasmine. Each step you take is cushioned by a thick carpet of moss and fallen leaves, the sounds of your footsteps muted to near silence. The canopy above parts occasionally, revealing a sky sprinkled generously with stars, their faint twinkles guiding your way like tiny lanterns hung in the heavens as you walk deeper into the woods. The trees grow taller and older, their gnarled branches reaching outward as if to whisper ancient secrets. The moon, now high and full, casts a pale silver glow that filters through the leaves, painting the ground in shifting patterns of light and shadow. The world around you feels hushed, as if holding its breath in reverence for the night. After a short while, a magnificent structure emerges ahead, nestled comfortably within the embrace of the forest. It is an ancient temple, built from smooth stones that have weathered centuries, their surfaces glowing softly in the moonlight. Ivy climbs the temple walls, weaving through cracks and crevices, adding a touch of green to the cool gray stone. The architecture is both grand and serene. Towering columns rise proudly, supporting carved arches adorned with intricate symbols and motifs from a long-forgotten age. You pause at the temple's entrance, where heavy wooden doors stand slightly ajar, inviting you inside. Pushing them gently, you step into a vast hall, illuminated only by the soft flicker of oil lamps placed carefully along the walls. The air here is cooler, scented faintly with incense and aged wood. The silence feels sacred, broken only by the faint drip of water echoing somewhere in the distance. Your footsteps sound hollow and slow as you move deeper into the temple. Along the walls, you notice faded frescoes depicting scenes of ritual and reverence, figures clad in flowing robes, offering gifts to deities, priests chanting beneath celestial symbols, and villagers gathered in celebration beneath ancient trees. Each image tells a story of faith, community, and the passing of time. At the center of the hall stands an altar, simple yet elegant, carved from a single block of marble. On its surface lie remnants of offerings, dried flowers, smooth stones, and delicate strands of woven cloth. The altar seems to pulse with quiet energy, a place where countless prayers have been whispered over generations. You feel a gentle warmth here, a connection to those who came before you, their hopes and dreams mingling with the stillness around you as you linger. Brother Idon's voice returns softly, a calm presence beside you. Temples like this were more than places of worship. They were centers of community, of learning, of healing. Here, people sought comfort in the mysteries of the divine, finding peace in rituals that bound them to one another and to the world beyond. Your eyes drift upward to the vaulted ceiling, where faded murals depict the night sky in stunning detail. Constellations sparkle in the painted heavens, their stories intertwined with those of heroes, gods, and ordinary people. You imagine the hands of ancient artists, guided by candlelight and devotion, bringing these cosmic tales to life on cold stone. Walking slowly toward one side of the temple, you find a quiet alcove, perfect for rest and reflection. The stone bench there is cool beneath you as you sit, allowing your thoughts to settle like gentle waves. Outside, the moonlight filters through tall windows, casting slender beams that dance softly on the floor. The calm atmosphere invites you to breathe deeply, to let the peace of this sacred space fill your mind and body. The whisper of distant chanting drifts faintly as if carried on a breeze from a far-off ceremony. You close your eyes briefly, imagining the serene faces of worshippers kneeling here, their voices rising in unison, weaving prayers into the fabric of the night. As you open your eyes again, you notice a small pool of water nearby, its surface perfectly still and mirror-like. The pool reflects the moon and stars above, creating the illusion of an endless sky held within the temple's walls. You feel drawn to its quiet depth, sensing the timeless flow of water as a symbol of life, renewal, and calm. You rise from the bench and move closer to the pool, tracing a finger lightly over the cool surface. Ripples spread outward slowly, distorting the reflected stars before settling once more. The simple act brings a sense of connection to nature, to history, and to the rhythm of your own breath. Stepping back, you take one last look around the temple's serene interior. The space feels suspended between time and eternity, a sanctuary where the past and present meet gently. Outside, the night deepens, wrapping the world in a soft blanket of shadow and starlight. You exit the temple slowly, closing the wooden doors behind you with care. The forest greets you again with its quiet embrace, the path ahead bathed in silver moonlight. Each step forward carries the calm of the temple with you, a gentle echo of sacred stillness. Leaving the temple behind, you wander back through the gentle forest path until it opens once more onto the peaceful riverside. The night is still and quiet here, the water stretching smooth and dark like liquid glass beneath the soft glow of the moon. You pause at the bank, where delicate reeds sway gently in the cool breeze. their soft rustling, the only sound to break the serene silence. The river moves slowly, carrying with it the stories of countless nights like this one come. Mysterious, timeless. You lean closer, watching the surface shimmer with reflected stars and the faintest hint of distant lanterns bobbing softly on the water. Beside you, a figure appears, a companion from this historical journey, a wise elder named Alara, whose eyes hold the wisdom of ages past. She speaks in a soothing voice, inviting you to look deeper into the night's quiet beauty. The river has always been a witness, she says softly, to the lives lived along its shores. It carries memories of joy and sorrow, of celebrations, under the moon and quiet moments of solitude like this one. Together, you stroll slowly along the riverbank, feet sinking slightly into the cool, damp earth. The smell of fresh water mingles with the scent of wildflowers and damp moss, filling the air with a calming freshness. The sky above is vast and unending, the Milky Way stretching like a silver ribbon across the heavens. Alara pauses beneath an ancient willow tree, its long branches sweeping down to touch the water's edge. In times long ago, she murmurs, these trees provided shelter for travelers and villagers alike, their shade a quiet refuge from the heat of day and the chill of night. You imagine the countless footsteps that have passed here before. You barefoot children chasing one another through the reeds, fishermen hauling in their nets at dawn, lovers whispering promises beneath the stars. The riverbank seems alive with these silent echoes. Soft and inviting, a gentle breeze stirs the water's surface, sending tiny ripples that catch the moonlight and scatter it like fragments of silver. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool night air fill your lungs, calming your mind and easing your thoughts. Alara gestures toward the dark water. Look closely, she says, and you'll see reflections not only of the sky, but of the past itself, moments frozen in time, waiting patiently to be remembered. Your gaze drifts over the shimmering surface, and you sense a connection stretching far beyond this quiet riverside. The flow of water seems to carry a gentle wisdom, teaching patience, resilience, and the quiet strength found in stillness as you continue your walk. The soft hoot of an owl echoes through the trees, a lullaby of the wild night. The stars above twinkle steadily, their light steady and reassuring. You feel yourself relaxing more deeply with each step, the gentle sounds and sights weaving a soothing tapestry around your senses. Further along the bank, you come upon a small wooden dock, worn smooth by countless seasons. A solitary boat is tied gently to its post, bobbing softly with the rhythm of the river. You step aboard, the wood creaking quietly beneath your weight, and settle in for a slow, peaceful ride. The boat drifts effortlessly along the current, guided by unseen hands. The world narrows to the gentle splash of water against the hull and the whisper of wind through the trees. The night seems to stretch endlessly, each moment unfolding like a calm, deliberate breath. Alara's voice is a comforting presence beside you. This river, like time itself, moves without hurry, but never stops. It teaches us that even in darkness, there is flow and progress, that life, in all its forms, carries on. You close your eyes briefly, allowing the sounds of the water, the breeze, the distant call of night birds to lull your mind toward rest. The gentle rocking of the boat and the cool night air soothes your body, inviting sleep to come slowly and sweetly as the boat continues its quiet journey beneath the vast canopy of stars. You feel wrapped in a peaceful embrace, safe and calm. The river's ancient song is a lullaby for your soul, a reminder of the timeless beauty that surrounds you. Eventually, the boat reaches the riverbank once more, and you step off with a heart softened by tranquility. The night holds you gently as you follow the path back into the welcoming arms of the forest, ready to continue your journey beneath the watchful stars. As you lay back gently on the cool, soft grass of the open meadow, Your body begins to relax deeper with every breath you take. The earth beneath you is steady and welcoming, a solid foundation in the stillness of the night. Above you, the sky stretches wide and endless, a vast dome painted in the deepest shades of navy and midnight blue. Thousands upon thousands of stars shimmer quietly, scattered like tiny diamonds across the velvet expanse. The gentle breeze brushes softly against your skin, carrying the subtle scent of wildflowers and fresh earth, grounding you even more firmly to this peaceful moment. Your eyes lift slowly, following the graceful arc of the Milky Way as it spills its silvery glow from one horizon to the other, like a river of light flowing across the cosmos. The stars within it pulse faintly, as if breathing in harmony with your own calm rhythm. Each constellation above holds a story, an ancient whisper passed down through countless generations. You find yourself tracing their forms with gentle curiosity. Orion, standing tall with his belt of 3 bright stars aligned perfectly. The Big Dipper, its familiar shape guiding the night traveler. And Cassiopeia, the queen, proudly seated in her throne among the stars. These celestial patterns seem alive, shimmering with quiet energy, welcoming you to the timeless night. The soft symphony of the nighttime surrounds you, the distant chirping of crickets, the faint rustle of leaves swaying in the breeze, and the occasional gentle call of an owl somewhere deep in the forest. Each sound blends harmoniously, weaving a natural lullaby that drifts through the air and seeps softly into your mind. Beside you, the voice of your companion Ilara speaks gently, her words slow and soothing. "Look up at the stars," she whispers, "and feel their calm presence. They have watched over countless nights, guiding travelers and dreamers alike through the darkness. Their light carries the wisdom of the ages and invites your spirit to rest." You breathe deeply, filling your lungs with the cool night air. The rhythm of your breath slows naturally, syncing with the gentle pulse of the stars above. As you exhale, you imagine the worries of the day dissolving softly, drifting away like distant clouds under the moonlight. The sky seems to deepen, the stars growing brighter and more vivid as your eyes adjust fully to the darkness. Tiny points of light flicker and dance, sparkling as if in conversation. The universe feels close, intimate, as if it holds you gently within its vast embrace. Ilara's voice continues, calm and steady. Each star is a reminder that even in the darkest times, light remains. The night sky teaches us patience, resilience, and peace. It invites you to slow your thoughts and sink deeply into rest. Your gaze moves to a shooting star streaking across the heavens, its brief, brilliant flash, a quiet spark of wonder. You make a silent wish, feeling a wave of calm wash over you, carrying with it the soft promise of dreams to come. Above you, the constellations begin to shift ever so slowly, their stories flowing like a slow river through the cosmos. The Great Bear turns gently, as if nodding to the steady march of time, while the Pleiades cluster twinkles softly, a family of stars gathered close together. The grass beneath you sways faintly with the night breeze, and the sky deepens into a richer blue-black, blanketing the world in a soothing quiet. You feel the tension melting from your muscles, your heartbeat slowing to a gentle pulse. Ilara's voice lowers further, her words becoming almost a whisper. "Let yourself drift now, carried by the calm of the night. Imagine the stars wrapping you in a blanket of light, protecting you as you journey inward, toward restful sleep." You close your eyes softly for a moment, sensing the night air cool against your skin. When you open them again, the stars seem to shine just a little brighter, as if encouraging you to relax more fully. The sounds of the meadow continue, their gentle chorus a tender cradle for your mind. The rhythm of the night wraps around you, inviting stillness and deep calm. You notice the slow, steady twinkling of a faraway lighthouse beacon, its beams sweeping gracefully across the sky and water, guiding wanderers safely home. This light, steady and sure, mirrors the steady calm. Settling into your heart, above the moon hangs low and luminous, its pale silver glow bathing the landscape in soft light. Shadows fall gently across the meadow, creating a quiet dance of darkness and light. Like the softest of lullabies, Alara's voice trails around you like a comforting embrace. Feel your body sinking deeper into the earth, supported by the night. The sky above holds you tenderly, the stars whispering peace to your soul. You take another deep breath, filling your lungs with the night's cool sweetness. Then exhale slowly, releasing any remaining tension. The sky slowly darkens. Further, the last hints of twilight fading away as the stars shine more brightly. A gentle hush falls over the world, and you feel yourself drifting, floating softly between wakefulness and sleep. The constellations seem to blur just slightly at the edges, their forms becoming more fluid and dreamlike, inviting your mind to wander peacefully. You feel the weight of your body melt into the earth, your thoughts quieting like a still lake at midnight. Alara's final words come gently. The journey is complete. The stars watch over you now as you slip peacefully into dreams. You are safe, you are calm, and you are at peace. The soft rustle of leaves, the gentle whisper of the breeze, and the distant call of night creatures lull you deeper still. Your breathing slows further, steady and even, sinking with the quiet pulse of the night. The sky above seems to wrap you in its vast embrace, a limitless space filled with calm and light as your eyes close fully. The stars twinkle one last time, their gentle glow guiding you into the sweetest of sleeps. Though the streets you once walked now lie silent beneath the watchful gaze of countless stars, their stones still remember the footsteps of those who lived here long ago. These cobblestones, worn smooth by the passage of countless feet, cradle the weight of history softly beneath the quiet night. Imagine the gentle sound of your own footsteps as you walk slowly down the narrow lanes. Each step, a whisper that stirs memories trapped deep within the walls and earth. The world around you breathes quietly, wrapped in a soft, timeless stillness that invites calm in this peaceful moment. The past seems to breathe with you, sharing its secrets in the hush of the night. The homes and shops that once bustled with life now stand as quiet monuments to a way of living shaped by struggle and hope, by the simple rhythms of daily toil and celebration. Each window, now dark, once glowed warmly with candlelight, casting dancing shadows that told stories in flickers of flame. Can you see, perhaps, the faces of those who lived here, smiling, working, dreaming beneath the same vast sky? The scent of the night air is thick with memories, earthy and sweet, mingled with the faint smoke of hearth fires long cooled, and the delicate fragrance of wild herbs growing untended along forgotten walls. As you breathe in this quiet history, allow your thoughts to slow and soften, like leaves drifting gently on a calm river. The silence around you is a comforting embrace, a shield against the busy rush of modern life. Long ago, beneath this very sky, families gathered together to share their meals and stories. Children played games by the flickering light of lanterns, their laughter carried softly by the evening breeze. The village was alive with simple joy celebrations marking the changing seasons. Festivals honoring ancient traditions and quiet moments of reflection beneath the stars. Imagine the warmth of a hearth fire, the gentle crackle of wood as it burns, and the soothing voices of elders sharing tales passed down through generations. Life then was measured by the natural world, the rising and setting of the sun, the phases of the moon, the slow turning of the seasons. There was a sacred rhythm to each day, a comforting predictability in the tasks that filled their hours. Farmers tending their fields, blacksmiths forging tools, Weavers creating fabric by hand, all working in harmony with the earth, their lives, intertwined with the land and the community. As you walk these silent streets, feel the lingering presence of those who once called this place home. Their joys, their sorrows, their hopes and fears, they are all woven into the very air. A delicate tapestry of human experience that stretches across time. Let yourself become part of this quiet story, a gentle thread in the fabric of history, connected to those who came before. The night sky above is vast and clear, the stars shimmering softly like distant lanterns. They watch over this place with steady light, a timeless reminder of the continuity between past and present. As you gaze upward, feel a deep sense of peace settle within you, a calm assurance that you are safe and held by the gentle arms of history itself. Let your breath slow, deep and even as you sink further into this restful state. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases tension. Your body feels heavier, more relaxed, as though the earth itself is cradling you, guiding you gently toward rest. The soft night sounds, the whisper of the wind, the distant call of an owl become a lullaby, a soothing melody that invites sleep to come softly. Remember, in this moment, that though time moves ever forward, the stories of those who lived here remain quietly alive in the stillness. Their legacy is not just in the stones or the buildings, but in the feeling of connection, the sense of belonging to something greater and older than ourselves. Let this thought wrap around you like a warm blanket, comforting and safe. Now, as you continue to walk softly through these ancient streets, imagine the gentle glow of lantern light guiding your way. The shadows stretch long and slow, the air cool and fragrant, carrying you deeper into peace. The past and present merge, and you find yourself embraced by a calm that flows as surely as the rivers once did through these lands. Allow your mind to drift gently, carried on the soft currents of memory and time. The stories and echoes of this place are yours now, a quiet treasure to hold as you move closer to sleep. Feel the softness of the night settle all around you, wrapping you in gentle silence, and know that you are safe here, held in the quiet arms of history. As the quiet night stretches on, imagine yourself standing before the homes that once bustled with life. Though now silent, each house holds within its walls countless stories of love, struggle, and everyday miracles. Behind every shuttered window was a family, a story unfolding in the gentle glow of oil lamps and flickering fires. Picture the warm flicker of light spilling through the cracks in wooden shutters, soft and golden against the dark. It was in these small, humble spaces that life was lived fully, where laughter rang out, tears were shed, and dreams were quietly nurtured. Consider the mother, tending to her children as they drifted to sleep, her voice low and soothing with lullabies passed down through generations. Feel the tender touch of her hand, calming worries and fears. Her love a steady force in a world that could be harsh and uncertain. Her days were long and filled with care, cooking meals from simple ingredients, weaving cloth by hand, and keeping the household running smoothly. Yet beneath it all, a quiet strength thrived, a resilience born from the endless rhythms of daily life. Nearby, the father prepared for the next day's work, perhaps repairing tools or mending a cartwheel. His hands bore the marks of a life spent in labor, calloused yet careful, shaping the world one small task at a time. Imagine the soft scrape of metal on wood, the measured thud of hammer against iron, a rhythm steady and sure. This was a world where skill and patience were treasured, where every effort contributed to the well-being of the family and community. As you walk slowly down the lane, the scent of freshly baked bread drifts through the air. The baker's early morning efforts, unseen now, had filled the streets with warmth and the promise of nourishment. Picture the rough texture of dough beneath skilled fingers, the gentle warmth of the oven as it bakes loaves that will feed many. This simple act of creation connected everyone, the hands that prepared, the mouths that tasted, the hearts that found comfort in shared meals. Further along, the blacksmith's forge glows faintly in the distance, embers glowing softly like fireflies in the dark. The blacksmith shaped iron with fierce determination, crafting tools and horseshoes that enabled the community to thrive. Imagine the sparks that fly with each strike, the steady rhythm of hammer and anvil, a heartbeat of industry in the quiet night. These sparks, brief and bright, are the fleeting moments of joy and triumph woven into everyday existence. The village well stands at the center of life, a place where neighbors gathered not only for water but for companionship and conversation. Envision the soft murmur of voices mingling with the gentle splash of buckets, the shared smiles that warmed even the coldest days. It was here that stories were exchanged, news was shared, and bonds were strengthened. Though time has softened the edges of this gathering place, its spirit remains an enduring testament to human connection. As the night deepens, imagine the children who once ran freely through these streets, their laughter echoing like music beneath the stars. Their games were simple, their joy pure, momentary escape from the hardships of life. See their faces alight with wonder as they chased fireflies or played hide and seek in the fading light. In their innocence lay the promise of the future, a hope that carried the community forward through challenges and change. Pause now and breathe deeply, letting the calm settle in your chest like a soft feather resting gently on your heart. With each inhale, draw in the peace of this quiet night, and with each exhale, release any lingering worries or restlessness. The stories of those who lived here long ago become a soothing lullaby, carrying you deeper into tranquility. Though their voices are silent now, the echoes of their lives ripple through the air, touching you softly. Imagine their hands reaching out through time, offering comfort and connection. The strength of their spirits invites you to rest, to let go, and to be cradled by the gentle arms of history. You are part of this vast, unfolding story, a quiet witness to the enduring rhythms of human life. As you continue your gentle journey, notice the soft rustle of leaves stirred by a light breeze. The trees that once provided shade and shelter now whisper secrets in the night air, their branches swaying softly. Hear the delicate sound of a distant owl calling, a guardian of the night watching over this sleeping world. These natural sounds weave seamlessly with the human stories, a harmonious symphony of life and rest in this peaceful moment. Let yourself drift further, carried by the tender currents of memory and time. The world slows, and your body relaxes more deeply. The weight of the day melts away, replaced by a calm certainty that you are safe and held within the quiet embrace of the past. Let your eyelids grow heavy as the night unfolds like a gentle blanket, drawing you softly toward sleep. Remember that just as these streets once carried life and laughter, so too can your mind carry calm and peace. The past is a gentle companion, now guiding you with steady, soothing hands toward rest. As your breath deepens, feel yourself floating on a quiet river, carried gently downstream by a slow, steady current. The legacy of those who came before is not lost, it lives on in the air. Quiet moments, in the soft shadows, in the gentle breathing of the night. You are wrapped in this timeless embrace, connected to a world both distant and near, past and present. Let this thought lull you deeper until sleep's soft curtain falls, and you drift away, cradled by history's gentle hand. As you continue to rest here in the gentle embrace of time, allow your mind to wander through the enduring spirit of community that once thrived in these ancient villages and towns. Though the stone and timber of houses may have crumbled into dust and the streets may be silent beneath a blanket of quiet earth, the essence of those who lived here still lingers in the soft winds and the rustling leaves. It lives in the unseen threads that connect past to present, weaving together generations in a tapestry of shared stories and quiet resilience. Imagine For a moment, the village square, bathed in the golden light of morning. The sun rises slowly. Over the hills, casting long shadows and bathing the fields in a warm glow. You can hear the distant sound of roosters calling, mingling with the soft footsteps of neighbors beginning their day. In this peaceful hour, a sense of calm and order settles over the land. Neighbors emerge from their homes, exchanging warm greetings and gentle smiles. There is an unspoken bond here, a shared understanding that in this small community, each person's well-being is intertwined with the others. Farmers head out to tend their fields, their hands moving skillfully as they nurture the earth. While women prepare food over open fires, their voices blending in soft conversation. Children, still rubbing sleep from their eyes, eagerly anticipate. The day ahead, the market, held on certain days, becomes a lively center of exchange and connection. Imagine yourself walking slowly through this bustling place, taking in the sights and sounds. Stalls are draped with vibrant fabrics. Baskets overflow with fresh fruits and vegetables, and the aroma of baked bread mingles with the scent of wildflowers carried by the breeze. Vendors call out softly, inviting passers-by to sample their goods. You watch as artisans craft delicate pottery or weave sturdy baskets. Their hands steady and practiced. Among the villagers, news and stories flow freely alongside goods and coins. The market is not just a place for commerce, but a gathering where tales of distant lands, brave deeds, and everyday joys are shared. The rhythm of laughter and gentle bargaining fills the air, creating a comforting melody that speaks of human connection and belonging. In the heart of the village stands the old meeting hall, its weathered timbers glowing faintly in the afternoon. Light here, the community gathers for important decisions, celebrations, and moments of quiet reflection. Imagine stepping inside this familiar space, the floorboards creaking softly beneath your feet. The scent of burning candles and polished wood surrounds you, wrapping you in a sense of warmth and safety. The meeting hall is a place where traditions are kept alive, where elders share wisdom and children listen wide-eyed to stories passed down through generations. It is a sanctuary from the outside world, a place where the shared values and hopes of the community are nurtured and protected. Feel the gentle hum of voices, the soft cadence of storytelling, the reassuring presence of familiar faces. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, the village slowly settles into the quiet calm of evening. The sounds soften, the laughter fades, the market stalls close, and a peaceful stillness takes hold. Imagine the gentle flicker of torchlight as families gather around hearths, sharing simple meals and tender moments. The crackling fire casts dancing shadows on the walls, and the air is filled with the scent of herbs and freshly baked bread. Night falls, like a soft blanket, wrapping the village in tranquility. The stars begin to twinkle overhead, their gentle light mirrored in the quiet river that winds through the fields. Listen to the soft murmur of water flowing over smooth stones, the distant call of an owl, and the whisper of the breeze through the trees. These soothing sounds cradle you in comfort, inviting your body and mind to relax deeply. Pause now and feel your breath slow. Your muscles soften and your thoughts drift like leaves on a calm stream. The enduring spirit of community surrounds you, steady and reassuring. It is a quiet strength that has carried countless souls through hardship and joy alike. A reminder that we are never truly alone. This spirit lives not only in the memories of those who walked these paths long ago, but also within you. It connects us all past, present, and future in a gentle embrace. Let this thought wash over you like a gentle tide, soothing away the tensions of the day and preparing you for restful sleep. Imagine yourself lying beneath the vast night sky, the constellations twinkling softly above like ancient guardians watching over the world. Each star tells a story, a whisper of hope and endurance. The cool night air carries the faint scent of wildflowers and pine, refreshing and pure. With every breath, sink deeper into calmness. Feel your body growing heavier, your mind quieter, as the peaceful night envelops you. The stories of the past and the gentle rhythm of your breath become one, guiding you gently toward dreams. Know that in this moment, you are safe and cherished, held tenderly by the enduring spirit of those who came before. Their lives, their love, and their resilience flow through the very air you breathe, offering comfort and peace. As your eyelids grow heavy, allow yourself to drift effortlessly, carried on waves of tranquility toward deep, restorative sleep. The village fades softly into dreams, and the night sky wraps around you like a velvet cloak, protecting you through the quiet hours. Rest now, wrapped in the gentle legacy of community, under the watchful gaze of the stars. Let the calmness wash over you, soothing your soul until morning light gently calls you back. As the deep night embraces the world, a serene stillness settles over the land, wrapping everything in a soft, quiet hush. The once lively streets of the village now rest beneath the gentle glow of the moon. Their stones and timber bathed in silvery light, the air is cool and calm, filled with the subtle fragrance of dew on grass and distant pine trees swaying ever so lightly in the breeze. Each breath you take blends seamlessly with the rhythm of the night, slow and steady, inviting your body and mind to relax deeper with every exhale. The passage of time unfolds gently here, like the slow turning of a page in an ancient book, revealing stories of days long past. Imagine the seasons cycling quietly, winter's frost melting into the soft green of spring, the warmth of summer gently fading into autumn's golden hues. This endless, peaceful rotation has carried countless lives through centuries, just as it carries you now, cradled in its calm flow as you settle into this tranquility. Envision a winding path that meanders through the countryside just outside the village. The ground beneath your feet is soft, covered in fallen leaves and wildflowers that sway quietly in the night breeze. The trees arch overhead, their branches forming a natural canopy, filtering the faint moonlight into gentle patterns on the earth. With each step, feel the connection between yourself and this timeless landscape, a place where generations before you have walked, rested, and dreamed under the same stars. Along this peaceful path, you notice the subtle signs of life. The distant hoot of an owl echoing through the trees, the soft chirp of crickets hidden among the underbrush, the whisper of wind brushing past the tall grasses. These natural sounds blend together like a lullaby sung by the earth itself, a soothing melody that quiets the mind and eases the heart. Let these sounds carry you, gently rocking you toward deeper relaxation. Reflect now on the quiet legacy held within this land. Though the village sleeps, it holds the echoes of life's everyday rhythms, the laughter of children chasing one another through sunlit fields, the steady hammering of the blacksmith shaping iron, the soft murmur of prayers said beside candlelight. These echoes are not gone. They linger in the air like a comforting presence, whispering stories of human resilience, hope, and love. Feel yourself becoming part of this enduring story. Imagine the faces of those who once called this place home, farmers tending their fields at dawn, women weaving cloth by the fireside, elders sharing wisdom beneath ancient trees. Their lives were woven with care and quiet strength, each moment a thread in the rich tapestry of time. Now, as you breathe in the cool night air, you carry a piece of their spirit with you, connected across centuries by the simple, shared experience of being. The night sky above stretches vast and infinite, studded with countless stars that shimmer softly like distant lanterns. Their light has traveled across time and space, reaching you here in this quiet moment. Let your gaze rise slowly upward, following the gentle paths of constellations. Feeling the peaceful vastness of the universe embrace you. Know that you are Part of this great cosmic dance, a single note in a timeless symphony of light and shadow, of beginning and rest. As your thoughts drift with the stars, allow your body to soften further, sinking gently into comfort. Each muscle relaxes, releasing any lingering tension as the world around you grows stiller and quieter. Your breath flows naturally, deep and even, as if matching the eternal rhythm of the night itself. Imagine now the slow fading of the moonlight as dawn approaches, the first pale hues of morning brushing softly at the horizon. The village will soon awaken again, but for now, the world holds its breath in peaceful slumber. In this sacred pause, you are safe and held, a traveler resting on the shores of history. Embraced by the gentle passage of time, let yourself be carried now by the quiet river of night flowing softly toward dreams. The steady pulse of your heart echoes the heartbeat of the earth, slow and sure. With every beat, feel yourself drifting deeper into calm, into rest, into the comforting embrace of sleep. The legacy of those who came before is alive within you now, a whispering presence that promises peace, resilience, and the enduring beauty of simply being. As you close your eyes, let this knowledge soothe your mind and cradle your soul, guiding you gently into a night filled with calm and restorative rest. As the quiet night deepens, the world around you becomes a soft cocoon of peace and stillness. The gentle breeze has settled, leaving behind only the faint rustle of leaves and the distant song of night creatures as they carry on their secret lives under the starry sky. The village, once bustling with life, now sleeps quietly beneath the velvet darkness, its streets empty, its homes holding only the faint memories of the day's warmth. This moment, suspended in time, invites you to fully surrender to the calm that surrounds you. Imagine yourself lying comfortably beneath a heavy quilt, wrapped in softness and warmth. The cool night air drifts gently through an open window, carrying the subtle scent of pine and earth, mingling with the faint aroma of wood smoke from a distant hearth. Each breath you take is slow and steady, deepening your sense of relaxation and safety. Feel the weight of your body sink into the mattress beneath you, as though the earth itself is cradling you tenderly. Your muscles soften, your thoughts slow, and your mind begins to drift like a leaf floating gently on a quiet stream. The rhythm of your breath matches the slow pulse of the night, calm, steady, unhurried. In this stillness, reflect once more on the stories whispered by these ancient lands. Though the people who walked these paths long ago have faded into history, their presence lingers like a soft echo. The laughter of children playing beneath the sun, the quiet conversations shared by elders on cool evenings, the gentle hands that tilled the soil and built the homes, all these moments are threads woven into the fabric of time. And now, you become a part of that timeless tapestry, connected by the shared experience of life and rest. Look up toward the vast sky above you, where the stars shimmer faintly like distant fires. Their light has traveled for countless years, crossing the vast expanse of space to touch your eyes in this very moment. Imagine these stars as ancient guides, watching over you with gentle wisdom and endless patience. Their presence is a reminder that you are never alone. You are part of a universe that has witnessed countless nights just like this one. As you lie there, feel yourself becoming lighter, as if your spirit is slowly lifting, drifting upwards to mingle with the cool night air. You rise above the sleeping village, soaring silently over rooftops and fields, carried by a breeze soft as a whisper. Below you, the world glows dimly under the moon's tender gaze, peaceful and still. Allow your thoughts to float freely now, unburdened by the worries of the day or the plans for tomorrow. Each thought drifts away like a feather caught in the wind, gently fading into the night. Your mind becomes a quiet, open space, a calm lake reflecting the stars above. In this serene moment, feel a profound sense of gratitude for the journey you have taken tonight. You have walked with those who lived long ago, touched the edges of their world, and glimpsed the lives they led. You have listened to the stories held in stone and soil, in whispered winds and quiet shadows. And now you rest, wrapped in the gentle embrace of history and night. Let your breath slow even more, deep and even, flowing like the tide as it rises and falls in endless rhythm. Feel every muscle relax, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Your body becomes heavy and warm, completely at ease. Picture now a soft, warm light glowing within your chest, a gentle flame of peace and comfort. With every inhale, this light grows brighter, spreading warmth through your body. With every exhale, it expands outward, filling the room with calm and stillness. This light is your own inner sanctuary, a place of safety and rest. As the night carries you further into sleep, imagine this light gently guiding you into dreams. Soft, restful dreams filled with warmth and kindness, where you can wander freely among the quiet beauty of the past and the gentle promise of tomorrow. Know that you are safe here. The world slows down just for you, allowing your mind and body to heal and renew. You are cradled in the arms of time itself, held gently until morning's light, and as your eyes grow heavier and your breath becomes softer still, hear once more the quiet voice that has accompanied you throughout this journey. The night is deep, the world is calm, and you are safe. Sleep now, wrapped in the peace of history, and wake refreshed when the sun rises anew. Let these words echo softly in your mind as your consciousness drifts away, melting into the soothing embrace of sleep. No need to hold on, just release and let go. The stars shine quietly above, the moon watches tenderly, and the night carries you on its gentle wings. Rest now, dear traveler, in the warm silence of the dark. Picture yourself lying in a quiet, safe place. Perhaps it is a soft bed of moss beneath ancient trees where the air is cool and fresh. Or maybe you are nestled in a small cabin, warm and cozy, with a soft fire crackling nearby, its amber light flickering gently against the wooden walls. Wherever this place is in your imagination, know that it is your sanctuary, your haven for rest and restoration. The sky above you is a deep indigo, scattered with tiny stars twinkling like distant lanterns. The moon hangs low and bright, casting a soft silvery glow over the land. The night is calm and still, inviting you to surrender fully to the quiet magic of sleep. There is no rush here, no need to hurry, only the slow, gentle passage of time moving at its own peaceful pace. Feel the cool night air brush softly against your skin, carrying the subtle scent of pine, earth, and distant wildflowers. The breeze is gentle, a loving whisper that seems to cradle you with care. You listen to the soothing sounds of the night, the faint rustle of leaves, the occasional call of a night bird, the distant murmur of a gentle stream flowing over smooth stones. As your body sinks deeper into comfort, your mind softens. The edges of your thoughts blur and fade, like clouds drifting slowly across the vast sky. Any worries, plans, or noise of the day dissolve into the quiet space around you. Your mind is free now to wander softly through dreamscapes woven from peace and gentle memories. Remember the journey you took tonight, the places you visited, the people you met in your imagination, the slow, unfolding story of lives long past. These stories have gently cradled you, carried you across time and space. And now they rest quietly, like a well-loved book closing softly at the end of a chapter. You have walked alongside those who lived centuries ago, felt the texture of their days, heard the whispers of their world. And now it is time to rest fully, to let the day's adventures slip away into the hush of night. Breathe in once more, slowly and deeply. Feel the calm filling every part of your being. Breathe out and let go completely, Allow yourself to drift, carried on the gentle currents of sleep. The journey is complete. The stories fold gently around you like a comforting shawl. The world outside fades softly into dreams. You are safe. You are peaceful. You are deeply, deeply at rest. The journey you have taken this evening is now coming to a gentle close. The vivid images of long-ago streets, the whispered stories of ancient lives, the slow, rhythmic passing of days beneath distant suns, all these slowly dissolve into a calm/soothing quietness that surrounds you like a soft, warm blanket. The world you have wandered through fades into the distance, leaving behind only a deep and peaceful stillness inside your mind and body. Take a slow, deep breath now. Inhale gently through your nose, feeling the coolness of the air as it fills your lungs, expanding your chest fully, inviting calm and ease. Hold the breath softly for a moment, just a pause, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of any tension or thoughts that may still linger. With each breath, allow yourself to sink a little deeper into comfort. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, steady and rhythmic, like the steady heartbeat of the earth itself. Your body rests heavy and relaxed. Imagine a gentle wave of warmth beginning at the crown of your head, softly flowing down like warm sunlight filtering through the branches of a quiet forest. This wave slowly eases the muscles in your forehead, smoothing out any tiny lines of worry or strain. Your eyes feel heavy and relaxed, eyelids soft and fluttering like the gentle closing of a flower at dusk. Feel this warmth move slowly down your cheeks and jaw. Let your mouth part just slightly, releasing any tightness in your jaw. Your tongue rests comfortably in your mouth. Your neck softens as the warmth flows down through your shoulders. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, heavy and free from tension, as though all the weight of the day is being lifted, carried gently away by a quiet breeze. This warm wave continues its slow journey down your arms, past your elbows and wrists, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Feel each finger soften and relax, as if floating lightly in a calm, still lake. There is nothing for you to do now but rest. Nothing to worry about, just this moment of peaceful ease. As the warmth spreads across your chest and back, imagine a quiet rhythm, like the soft beating of a drum deep within the earth, syncing perfectly with your breath. With every inhale, you draw in peace and calm. With every exhale, you release any remaining stress, any lingering thoughts, letting them drift away like leaves on a gentle stream. Your belly rises and falls softly with each breath, relaxed and easy. The warmth flows down your torso, relaxing every muscle, every fiber. Your hips, thighs, knees, and calves grow heavy and warm, sinking deeper into rest. Your feet relax completely, toes loosening, the last place to hold on to any tension, now free and light. As the quiet night wraps around you like a soft, comforting quilt, your breath continues to slow and deepen. Each inhalation draws in a gentle peace, a stillness that spreads through every corner of your body, every fiber of your being. With every exhale, you release more of the day's thoughts and cares, letting them float away like autumn leaves drifting on a lazy stream. Imagine now that you are lying beneath a vast canopy of stars. The night sky stretches endlessly above, a glittering tapestry of shimmering lights. Each star twinkles gently, distant and serene, their soft light twinkling like tiny beacons of calm. The moon's gentle glow bathes the earth in silver, casting soft shadows and illuminating your quiet refuge. Feel the soft earth beneath you, firm yet comforting, supporting your body fully and without effort. You are cradled in this peaceful place, safe and secure, surrounded by nature's gentle embrace. The faint scent of pine and wildflowers drifts in the air, mingling with the crisp coolness of the night. A gentle breeze stirs softly, brushing your skin like a lover's touch, tender and light. Around you, the world is still. The sounds of night are quiet and soothing, the distant call of an owl, the rustle of leaves whispering in the dark, the soft murmur of a nearby stream weaving its way through the woods. Each sound is a lullaby, a gentle invitation to rest deeper and drift further into sleep's warm embrace. Your body is heavy now, sinking deeper into comfort. Your muscles are loose and relaxed, your limbs resting easy and free of tension. The warmth that began at the crown of your head continues to flow down gently, spreading through your chest and back, over your arms and legs, all the way to the tips of your fingers and toes. Every part of you is bathed in softness. In peace, feel your heartbeat slowing, steady and calm, like the gentle rhythm of waves lapping at a quiet shore. Your mind drifts lightly, like a small boat floating on still water, carried effortlessly by the soft currents of sleep. There is nothing you need to hold on to here, only the vast calm, the deep rest that is waiting just beyond the edges of WAKEFULNESS. Now picture a gentle river flowing nearby. The water moves slowly and steadily, shimmering under the moonlight. Its surface is smooth and glassy, reflecting the stars like scattered jewels. The sound of the river is soft and steady, a rhythmic whisper that matches the cadence of your breath. Let this sound soothe you, drawing you further into relaxation with every gentle splash and ripple. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in the fresh, clean air of this peaceful night, filled with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. Let this pure air fill your lungs and spread calmness throughout your body. As you breathe out, imagine all your worries, all your cares, flowing away downstream, carried gently by the river to places far beyond your mind's reach. You are deeply relaxed now. Your body feels weightless, as though you are floating just above the earth, cradled by the softest clouds. Your thoughts are quiet, peaceful, and slow. You may notice a gentle warmth in your chest, a quiet glow of contentment and safety spreading through your heart in this perfect stillness. Your mind begins to wander softly through the landscapes of dreams. Perhaps you see fields of wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze, or ancient forests bathed in the silver light of the moon. Maybe you walk along quiet country roads lined with tall trees, their leaves whispering secrets in the night air. Or you might float above calm seas, watching the water ripple and glisten beneath the stars. All these images are soft and gentle, inviting you to rest fully. There is no need to hold on to any one vision. Instead, let them come and go like waves on a shore, each one bringing a deeper sense of peace. Your whole body is now completely at ease. Your eyelids feel heavy and soft, as if they weigh just enough to close gently over your eyes without effort. Your breathing is slow and rhythmic, steady as a quiet heartbeat in the night. Every part of you is ready for deep, restorative sleep. If you find your mind wandering back to the day or to worries, simply bring your attention back to your breath. Feel the coolness of the air as you breathe in, the warmth as you breathe out. Imagine your breath as a soft wave washing over you, soothing and calming, inviting you to sink ever deeper into rest. With each breath, feel yourself drifting further, away from the waking world, floating into a space of calm and comfort. The stories of the day, the cares of the mind, all fade into the background as you embrace this moment of perfect peace. The night is yours now. The quiet stars watch over you, the gentle breeze whispers lullabies, and your body rests fully and deeply. Sleep is coming to you softly, wrapping you in its tender arms, guiding you into a night of deep, healing rest. And as you drift away, remember that you are safe, you are loved, and you are exactly where you need to be held by the quiet magic of the night, wrapped in the softest peace. The journey is complete. The stories have settled. The world is hushed. And you are ready to rest. Sleep well, And when you awaken, may you feel refreshed, calm, and filled with gentle light.